Starting. Starting? Okay. It says it started. So now it says that you can stop broadcasting. So, of course, turn on the torch, light up the flame. I'm here to melt some glass again. There you are. Here I am to explain, to teach, and create again. Few things have been going on. Craziness as always. I finally got a new torch stand that I'm playing with. It gives it a nice range of motion. Uh, Needs a little bit of adjustment and also a better bolting system, but I plan on correcting that as time goes on. But it still lets me use my didymium lens that I don't have to, since I already am wearing trifocals, why wear heavy trifocals on top of that? So this is going to do the job for right now. And we're going to get down to some business. Uh, I'm open for suggestions of things to do. I've had a suggestion in the past of a Christmas ornament, a Christmas tree. Um, I guess I can do a simple Christmas tree type thing and maybe do a few other things. Whoever shows up and wants to suggest something, I'm live and in the mood. It's been a while. It's been a long little while, and I'm excited that it's going to go in a good direction tonight. So I do have the live chat right in front of me. Let's switch over to the overview. And you know what? The overview is not looking at the right direction at the moment, but I'll fix that. Didn't think about that when I put it up there, huh? Oh well. Let's get it right. Angle, angle. There we go. And maybe move this over slightly to the center. There we go. And put the lens in place like so. And now, and then, we can start see what we can do. And again, let's light up the torch. I have both the 10-liter and the 5-liter going at the moment. And tomorrow night, I don't guarantee anything, but I have a student who just got a new torch, and I might be over at his place, and we're going to see what we can do about adjusting and showing off his new machine, which I think he is excited about, and we will go from there. Now, to make a Christmas tree, you can do it several ways. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do it the lacy way, not lazy, lacy way. The first one, we're going to go ahead and actually, we'll do it from the base up instead of the bottom down. The top down. When you haven't been at your torch in a while, things sort of, I wouldn't say get out of place, but they're in different places. And now that I don't really need that block up here, I can put it down here. Let's see what we can do here, folks. Now with this is going to be a lacy method, and there are many ways to do a nice lace, but you know my way of doing a lace, which is basically a weave pattern. And I'm going to bring out a little bit of a wide rim and then go up from there. And again, this is going to be not icicle, but Christmas ornament size. And you know what? That's a little bit warm on my fingers. Let's get something a little longer. There we go. Here we go. See if people can get there from here. So, make a little bit of a Maria for the middle of the ring. And now we're going to flare this out for the bottom of the Christmas tree, and then work our way up to a cone. And again, it's basically back and forth, back and forth, and you keep going all the way around. And you can add to this. That's what I like about my type of lace that I do, is that you can add to it, and it's still pretty strong. Okay, I think that will do for the size of the face, and we'll make a nice little conical thing going on from there. It's been a long week. Usually I have 4 days a week, and lately I've had 5 days a week that I've been working. And when your body's used to something, it's used to something anyway. But I have something to look forward to now, getting back to doing my glass, and a lot of Christmas ornaments to make in the long run. And now, as you see, I've changed the angle to about a 90 or less, a little more than well, going straight up from the weave that I've already done. And you can see it's made a little bit of a rim. And if you're using green glass, you can see that this would already be Christmassy looking and very lacy looking. So it's pretty cool. I think Athena is the one that wanted, or maybe it was Paula, wanted to see me do a Christmas tree. So more power to us all. Now, it may not look like a very straight and even going up, but what I do after the fact, you can sort of stretch it a little bit and pull it, and it all comes into a nice little conical shape. And if you already had a little round ball, well, I should have done it beforehand, but for the sake of the video, they're all going to be clear. But if you had like red and white stripe cane that you wanted to twist out into really thin strands for candy canes, and red balls and green balls and little tiny marble type size, I mean, it makes great for ornaments and stuff. And then if you got some dichro that you want to strap to it, or even if you wanted to add some, actually if you added real plastic icicles to it, I guess it wouldn't look that great, but still it's an idea anyway. And here we go, we're coming down to the cone, and as you can see, every time I do another layer higher, I'm making it a little bit more narrow until it finally gets to the point. And I'm also going to be stretching that point. Like I say, I'm going to heat it all up and stretch it out a little bit to make even a little bit more elongated cone. And we're getting there to the center. There we go. And now we warm the whole thing up. Yeah, I know. We haven't even gotten to Halloween yet, and here I am doing all the Christmas stuff. What's the matter with me? But if you want stuff done by Christmas, now's a good time to start, especially if you're making it yourself. You don't have to go down to the store and buy it. You know what I mean. There it goes. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's turning a little bit pink, and as it's turning a little bit pink, I'm adding just a little bit of a tug to the top of this tree, and it's starting to get a little bit more elongated, and I think I like that. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll put a little angel on the top of that. I'm going to put a nice little ball that I can put an angel on the top later. Hey, Demented, nice to see that somebody showed up and said hi. I'm doing the Christmas tree, but I'm doing a Christmas tree right now. But I want you to know that if you have an idea or a request, I'm going to be here for at least an hour, not my half-hour shows like I have been doing, because I haven't been able to get on. And when I don't get on, I don't feel like I've been producing anything. Okay, there's going to be an angel at the top of that tree. Now these again, I'm going to make them. Well, actually, I have some green. No, not that one. There we go. I have some yellows. I have some reds. Yeah, I'm going to put some different colors onto the tree for, you know, ornament type thing. Now this is strawberry red, and it's kind of weird. It strikes a white color, but once you heat it and it gets heated just right, it'll turn back to a nice strawberry red like this color right here. And this should be also boro. And it's best to keep these things warm as you're working them all the way around so that you're not going to stretch and crack. I should have done a couple of strawberry reds and then a couple of green ones, but I'll do a couple of green ones and then get back to the red real quick. And you just have to put some dots wherever. Very random. That's the way Christmas ornaments are on your tree, isn't it? Do some green dots for now. Yeah, I know. It's not even October and I'm doing Christmas. What's wrong with me? Again, Demented, if you have a request that you'd like to see me do after I finish this Christmas tree, I am open for suggestions. Okay, there's a few green ones on there. This is almost like an emerald, lighter than a little bit lighter than Mountain Dew color glass, but it's boro in structure instead of the Mountain Dew glass that I usually use. Hey, Stephanie, you're just starting your boro journey. Well, welcome to the club. And as I've said a few times, there'll be days that you cut yourself with the glass, and I call those days of blood sacrifice. And there'll be days that you burn yourself with the glass, and I call those days of burnt offerings. And you know what? It is part of life, and it helps you to realize don't put your finger there. Beginning to round ornaments. Beginning to okay, yeah. Ornaments are Christmas ornaments. I don't. I can do round like everybody else, but I tend to, you know, break out of that mold. And if you can't, if you work with your strong points is the best way I can put that, and it's not a bad thing. Okay, I've got some reds going on here. I'm going to put a couple more, and then I'm going to get into some yellow ornaments because I've got some yellow. I should put some blues in here. And again, if you had some twisted red and white cane, that you wanted to thin out really, really thin into strands and curl over into some some candy canes, you could put that on here too. I mean, it's your world is you. The world is your oyster on this one. If you want to do something, do it. Matter of fact, here I am. I'm going to put in a. I'm going to put on an angel, a miniature. Yeah, my range is mini stuff. When I first started, I started with a propane blowtorch and soda bottles, and I guess I got hooked on that size range. Even with this Carlisle that I'm running, I kind of I can do bigger, but if you don't have to, why? I mean, I love this the size range that I get out of my torch. and it shows you that you can without too much trouble. Okay, now I'm going to kick this down a little bit because I need to do a little bit finer detail on this angel. Um, let's see here. Get some arms on it. And some wings and a head, and we're done. It's all in the finite of the flame. Well, actually, I'm going to put the head on and then the wings. I love my miniatures. There we go. There's the head. Yeah, it's a little bit big for the tree, but it'll work. The wings. I usually do the fold and pull where I pull it off, fold it over, pull it off, fold it over, and then pull it up. And there's one wing. Here comes the other. Same basic method. When you finally mastered that, it really does come in handy, and to pull a wing, an ear, anything out of practically nothing. Warm it up a little bit more. I'm going to do. I've got some different color greens, and I've got some blues, and then I'm going to fume it. I know I shouldn't, but I am. Fume the whole thing with a little bit of silver, so I got a gold tree instead of just actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to do that. A couple of green dots here and there. And that's what I like about this type of lace that I do, is that you can work with it without it tinking and breaking apart. It's very self-supporting. It's very nice structure. Um, it has its good moments and its bad moments, but most of the time, even if you hear it tinkle and crack, it doesn't usually fall completely apart. Anyway, a couple more green dots. And we'll get to some blues. Wait. I don't think I got enough tree. I got to make a bigger tree now. Nah. Let's see, a blue, blue, blue. Here we go. Here's a blue. Nice blue. I'm only going to put a half a dozen of these on there. Round ball. And basically all I'm doing is dotting, making sure it's adhered well, and melting it on to make it a little bit more round. There we go. I think one right here. It's always like a Christmas tree, isn't it? You think you got enough on there, and you go, no, this place is a little empty. Let's try to put something there. No, this place is a little bit more empty. It needs to put something there. Now I'm only going to now put a little loop on the top of this thing, on top of the angel's head. That's going to be fun. But that's where I'm going to put it. And then I'm going to use my nice little hole punch, and we'll go from there. Nice little loop on top of the head. That should about do it. This will do. Now when I do the hole punch, I get it just a little, let it cool down slightly, and just a little below center is where I start to put the hole, punch it, and it becomes more center as you pull or punch it out for some dumb reason. Haven't figured that out, but if you work it that way, the loop becomes again more in the center and does the job for you. Okay, I'm going to make this loop just a little bit wider, not a lot. Ream it out. And we have, oops, I got to make the base for this thing now. I forget things. Not a lot, but I forget so. Okay. Now the base I'm going to do just simple. Because it doesn't really have to be a base, but actually I can. I'll do that anyway. Even though it's an ornament, I'll make it so it can stand. I can't stand it. I got to make it stand. Right. Okay. A little bit of a Maria going on. And from that Maria, I'll flare it out and go from there. And again, if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see me do, now's the time. I'm almost through with this Christmas tree, and I will be glad to do a request. I haven't done them in a while. Need to get that energy, that creative energy flowing. And again, this Christmas tree was a request from the last video, and I said I would, and I did, so there. Now also with this lace, you saw me sort of stretch it on the top. Now I'm going to stretch it a little on the bottom to give it like 4 corners. And that'll even give it a little less teetering factor. Actually, I think I put more than 4 corners, but that'll give it a start anyway. Give it like a star effect on the base. That'll work, right? One more. And there we are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up. You can see it's not quite even, but it should be a good base for the tree once you flatten it correctly. And that's a matter of just, see, look at there. Even with the thing on top, you got it nice and balanced. So there you go. I'm going to tap that off. There we go. Fire polish where I had the cold weld. And we got one Christmas tree with angel ornament on top. Again, if you have a suggestion, we can go from there. If not, I'll figure on doing, well, why not? I'll do a lacy angel ornament very similar to the Christmas tree, but making it into a Christmas angel. It'll be kind of light and airy. I'm not going to make it as big, but I'm going to do it. This will be the base for the ornament itself. Let it go around a couple of times. This lace is very fun to do with. Hey, Crazy, nice to see you. I'm glad that you're out there, and I love. I've been seeing some of the. I think we're all in the Christmas mood. You started doing some Christmas ornaments too, but now's the time. It really is. I think that's exciting. The icicles, I'm really excited about. I take it Cute Puppy is one of Amber's friends, correct? Caitlin, maybe? I don't know. You too, Stephanie. Thanks for showing up and saying hi. And keep on coming back. And again, if you have a request somewhere down the line, just put it in one of the comment in one of the videos, I do get back to those comments constantly on a daily basis if it needs to be. Oh, and by the way, thank you everybody. I am 8 short of becoming 700 subscribers. Yay! I'd love to see 1,000 before the new year, but hey, I'll take it as I get it, and when the time comes, I'll have them if I'm supposed to have them. But we'll see. And again, thank you for being there and supporting me and subscribing to my channel and clicking like and clicking subscribe and sharing and la 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 blah blah. You know how that is. Anyway, but thank you for being there, guys. It's been I'm excited and I'm glad that I'm continuing on the way up instead of being stagnant and staying at 200 or 300 subscribers, which is good. There was a time in 600 I was going, what in the world is going on? For a while I was lingering around 620. I got up to 629 and went back down to 622 or something. I'm going, what? And then it went back up and then went back down again. I'm going, somebody is just teetering. But anyway, and again, I'm 8 short. So share with your friends, share with everybody else, and let's get this going to 1,000 subscribers so I can click to the next level of being a YouTuber. YouTuber. I've been having fun doing it though, no matter how much money I haven't been making. Okay, now this time I'm going to go ahead and round it in, but I'm going to also cone it back up here in a second, you'll see, and make it nice and long, and I'm centering it like I did the last one, the Christmas tree. Okay, here we go. Hey, thank you for being there. It's my love for an audience that really keeps me going. It's kind of crazy that way. Kind of a homebody, but I love an audience. I hate crowds, but I love an audience. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm heating up the whole little blob there. You can see it sort of not really conical yet, but watch this. I'm heating it up and I'm lightly tugging as I'm doing this. And you can start to see the glow happening on the flame, and it's starting to stretch out a little bit. And that's what you're trying to do is lightly. You can see it's already starting to look more like a cone, like a Christmas tree cone. But I'm going to even elongate it just a little bit more. There we go. And now we're going to make the angel out of this. And again, now's the time. If you guys have something that you'd like to see me make, I can. It doesn't have to be Christmassy. It can be anything you want. I'm up for it. I need the creativity flow. And it looks like I've got about 5 or 6 people watching at the moment, which is a good thing. I think the most I've ever had on a show watching live is I think about 15 or 20 at one point, but that's been a while. And I've had my ups and downs about getting to become a live feed, and I'm going to still try to do this at least on a weekly basis, and even try to do it a bi-weekly if I can. Like tomorrow, no guarantees, but I have a student that's about well, he lives about 20 or 30 minutes from me. He's getting a nice new torch, and we're going to see what we can make with it. We meaning not just me, him. And he's also getting an oxygen concentrator, which is the cool thing. No, a home fill system. He's got the concentrators already. Hey, Renee. Glad to see you made it too. Ah, okay, now I've got the arms on this angel. I can go ahead and put the head on here. Heading to the head, right? Ha ha ha. You know me and my puns. I love them. So, again, I'm almost, well, I wouldn't say almost through with this angel, but if you have a request, now's the time. So I can gear my mind to getting it done, if you know what I mean. Okay, there's the head. Going to round that end very nicely. And now put some wings on this thing. Do you make your trees the same way you make your trees the same way you make your trees, huh? I saw the tree earlier and have been working on dinner. Oh, I made the angel the same way I make the trees, yes. This angel in particular. I'll show you a different way of making them after I finish this one if you like. Okay, again, the fold and pull, I call it fold and pull, but it's actually pull and fold, but it sounds better as fold and pull. Pull it out, you fold it over, you pull it out, you fold it over, you pull it out again, and you fold it over, and you sort of press it into the rim of the top of you got what you before, and you keep going, and you can make a nice wing, you can make a nice ear, you can make a nice whatever you want to out of that. There you go. There's one. Kind of coming up with the other. Here we go. Fold and pull. And it's fun to learn to make it about the same size as the other one. It comes with practice, time, and effort. Consistency happens finally. One minute you can do it, the next minute you can't, and then the next minute you can do it again. That happens all the time with glass. But you just got to be patient with it and realize that it's just honing your skills until it comes out right practically every time. Okay, now I'm going to put a loop on the top of her head, the angel's head, and then flatten the bottom so it can stand if you wanted to, and also hang on a Christmas tree. Ornament, ornament, ornament. Are we there yet? Again, request. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that other angel. I think I've already done a couple of those already, but I'm going to do another one. This one's going to be a little smaller. All your ornaments don't have to be big and gaudy. You got to realize some people have small trees, so you can make small ornaments, small icicles. You don't have to waste as much glass making smaller things, and you can learn on the smaller things, and then increment up bigger. That way, you're not wasting as much glass too, or gas. The way I look at it. Okay, here we go. A nice little ball. Let it start to cool and get a nice surface tension going on. Little bit below middle, and that's where I start the loop, and it works out real well for. There we go. Oops, not a big oops. Just I realized I didn't put the. Oh darn! I think I collapsed the hole. I did. Here we go. That's one thing I like about this hole punch. You collapse a hole, you can, instead of tearing it off, all you got to do is just sort of melt it back and punch another hole. There you go. It does the job. Actually, I want to pull a little bit. It's a little bit heavy weighted on the top of this thing. There we go. And okay. Now, and then. Let's see if we can get a good clamp on this. No, but it's going to do the job anyway. No, it's not going to do the job. Dang it. Okay. Cold weld on the top. I'm so used to cold welds anyway. Here we go. Melting it back in. I'm going to pull off this little punte here. There we go. I'm going to let that melt in a little bit. Yes, there's a little bit of stress happens in this type of weave, but the stress supports itself and doesn't crack all the way through and break off, and kind of some neat lace, I think. I like it. And there we go, I think. Cap that off. Fire polish it. And that's angel number 2. Well, angel. Actually, it needs a little bit flatter base, a little bit on the rocky side. Just by heating up, that should do it. Yeah, not rocky anymore. Now this angel is a different type of angel that I do. I'm not going to make it very big. It'll do the job. I'm going to use, I think it's about 9 or 10 mil to 9 or 10 mil. Same size, the same. And what I'm going to do is draw on one to make the lace for the other. And you heat up the rod that you're going to put it to and draw and pull off and heat. Make sure that you got no stress going on, but it's going to happen anyway. But I'm going to stretch it anyway slightly. Pull it off. Heat it up. Draw down. Pull it off. I know I make it look easy. Only been doing it since 1982, okay? Here we go. Now what I do is I heat up that whole little area that I just made and pull it up. And that's the tunic for the angel right there. Boom. Nice little tunic. Now we'll go ahead and make the arms and basically do the same basic angel that I did a second ago. But this time I'm doing it in solid instead of lace. And a little bit smaller. Boom, boom, and boom. And again, you don't have to make big ornaments for Christmas trees. You know, some people do have smaller Christmas trees in it. You can make them any size. It's just a matter of being there. Okay. Arm number 2. And I usually do the L shape is what I call this type of arm because you pull it out and make a L. And now again, we're going to, this time I'll do the head again. And we're getting there. After this guy, I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight. But if you, again, have a request that you'd like to see done, that's what I'm here for. I'm not definitive. I'm not the perfect design that you can come up with. But I give you a direction that you can go in and come up with your own ideas. That's the whole idea, guys. Here we go. Wings. Fold and pull again. Now this is one way that I do the wing. And I've also done it to where instead of going upwards, I do that same wing going downwards. So it's all in your, still waiting for a rhinoceros. All right. Rhinoceri. I guess that's what you call a couple of them in a group, huh? Give me a second. Let's see if I got some. Put a loop on the top of the angel's head. And for this one, I'm going to do the old style loop because I can. Uh, pull it out, make a little bit of a horn, and then you heat it up and let gravity work for you. I'll let it loop back around. There you go, let it touch, seal it in. So if you don't have a hole punch, don't worry about it. There's many, there's 16,000 ways to skin a cat. You only need one way to do it at the time that you're doing it to get it done. Hey, Gabe, how are you today? Yes, I plan on doing. I plan on doing a lot more live streaming. I, it's been a while, and the last one I did was not live streamed, but needed to. And I am working on, and I have not. That my two nemesis is in the last little while, and I mentioned this to Renee. The uh, the toothless dragon that I made for her, and your turtle goblet seem to have broken, and for some dumb reason, I haven't tackled it back yet. I'm trying to get my oven up and running so that I can make sure that it gets stressless and in one good piece. That's my biggest problem. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that's why at the 600 mark, I didn't do a giveaway because I still have to finish the. Oops. Finish the. I'll talk this way for a little bit and then get back to the torch. Finish getting past giveaways to be given away before. Well, let's see. What am I looking for and where is it at the moment? Never around when you want it, is it? Let's see if I can get a new piece of it. I know I can fix it. Actually, I'm going to make you a bigger and better and badder one. I might even make another video on it when I do it too. Um, but I have enjoyed making those goblets, and I need to get back to making a few more. Hold on, I think this thing isn't going to be. Oh, it is long enough. You're just going to have to put up with me looking in my glass drawer. I'm looking for, of all things, and you think I could find some. I don't know if I've got any more. Ah, thought I did. Come on. Whistling will jump into your lap, right? Wrong. Nope. Don't have. Need to get. And I know I have some. I was looking for some steel wool because I had some and I've made some stuff out of it and it worked out real well. And I figured for the rhinoceros, never around when you want things, is it? Can't just. Well, it doesn't help that you're not out at your torch all the time and can't keep track of everything. Well, I guess I'm going to have to do an albino rhino. Anyway, we'll see if we can't get there from here. An albino rhino, right? Let's kick back to the. I haven't tried a goblet. Can I do one in soft glass? Yes. I did a tiny Mountain Dew one. I will put it in the. Renee, yes. You asked about a soft goblet. I did a tiny Mountain Dew uh, glass thing that was a little bit of a goblet. I will put it in the description below. you know, down here somewhere. I'll put the address on there so that you can see what I did with the Mountain Dew bottle. It was small. If you have the blow hose and swivel, you can do a top for it and then flare it out and make a small, quick base. It's still one of those things you got to really work on and work fast and get in the vermiculite quickly, especially since you don't have an oven to work with. I haven't tried a goblet since early in this year. I'm working boro. Okay. I'm trying to read what Gabe says. I just tried one last night, and it was fun. Yes, it is fun. Okay. Um, anyway, back to the other camera and light up the torch, and I'm going to make an albino rhino. It's going to be a small one, but it'll do the job, right? And why is I calling it an albino rhino? Because I've got some white glass that I'm going to make it out of. Oops. Here we go. There's some other white glass. I tried to stretch it into smaller strands, but this is what I need anyway. Yeah, no oven. Hey, Amber. Good to see you made it. You home or you over at your friend's house? Okay, let's make the body of this rhino. It's basically going to be a body, an elongated, well, not really elongated, more like a peanut style shaped body. And it's going to be just a little bit bigger in shape and roundness than the glass that I'm using at the moment. Not much bigger, but bigger. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. We're going to put the front on this sucker. Maybe this is the tail. No, this is going to be the tail. Hold that there. Hold that taut, yeah. Now I'm going to bring a little bit more forward for the body. This is some Chinese white glass that I'm using. It's boro. And it sort of bubbles in the flame if you don't keep it at the right oh, cool. So you can watch it on the big screen. You're learning how to do the techno wizardry of life. That's cool. Yeah. People thought I was weird when I would drive down the road with a big, huge portable VCR box and TV so that I could listen to the videos. When I play music going down the road, I tend to for some dumb reason I tend to fall asleep to music. But if I've got like an old Star Trek video or something like that on when I'm working when I'm out and about driving, I'm talking when you're doing it for like 20 to 15 to 20 hours of driving, 2 or 3 hours even. To take the boredom away, I like to listen to movies that I've seen 16 times, or an old Star Trek episode, or a TV series that I'm watching that I've already seen 3 or 4 times. That all I have to do is just keep my mind going. Like anyway. And I do that with the big VCR, portable VCR and camera type deal, and listen to movies all the time. And now 20 years later, all you have to do is click on your cell phone and watch a movie or listen to a movie going down the road. You don't have to have it the big, all the big stuff on it. Anyway, getting there. Now this back leg, it's sort of like the L shape, but yeah, I do the L shape for the back leg, and the front leg is more or less a straight leg. Anyway, I know I'm babbling on. That's half my fun with my glass, telling you what's going on in my life. Here we go. We're going to do the back leg here on the other side. I think I could probably make these legs a little bit more stumpy and short, which I'm going to. Just draw them in a little bit, keep them in the same shape. This one needs a little bit more detail. Draw them in some more, a little bit more closer to the body, but it's getting there. Okay. So it's going to be more of a baby rhino, but we'll get there. Now the head. So we can be headed in the right direction, right? Right. Right now it sort of looks like a gorilla body. Tell you the truth. That's what I'm looking at and I'm thinking. But anyway. Okay, I need to make a nice heavy duty bulbous head going on. And it's going to be more of a conical shape here going in just a second. And that should be about it. I'd say the shape of a Hershey's Kiss would be a good shape to say that it is. Yeah, this is more like a baby rhino, the size and shapes that I'm doing it with. There's one ear. There's the other ear. We'll get them better shaped in a second. Let's go ahead and shape the nose a little bit better. That was what I just put on there. That little tuft is the lower lip. And now for what rhinos are known best for. There's one. Curve it back a little bit more. And we're going to do two. Oops, too long. There we go. Now make it a little bit shorter. We don't need it that long. There we go. Now, here we go. Going to do the ears a little bit better. And I'm going to do the eyes. I haven't figured out the color that I want to make the eyes. Now I'm going to use this, but I'm not going to punch through. Just to dimple where the ears go, which I think worked out real well. Then all I have to do is just sort of point it a little bit. There we go. There's one. And two. Eyes, blue. You would. Luckily, I have some blue right here. Now let's kick it down a notch or two. to do just the eye. There's one. Okay, let's do this to where they're at least close to the right distance and shape. Oh, I guess not. Oh, there we go. I have to pull one forward and the other one a little bit further back. That happens from time to time. You learn with patience and persistence how to put them close together and in the right spot. And I'm doing this a little off, straight from the hip, I guess you could say. And the loop I'm going to put probably right about there behind his head. And it's going to be clear because I can. Trying to make sure that it's a good connection. Sealing it in well, not just two pieces of glass stuck together. And I'm going to give it sort of a little bit of a stem, and then I'm going to put the loop a little bit higher, just because I can. Oops. There we go. Now we'll do the loop itself. Coming up. Round it in a little bit more. And punch it through. You know me. There we go. Let it cool a little bit. Weave it back and forth. I think it still needs to punch through. I don't think I got it yet. There it goes. Zoom it out a little bit. There you go. I think I need to tilt it a little bit to the front, just for balance sake for the body. You learn center of gravity on things as you go on. Practice, practice, and more practice. There we go. A little bit more. And now put the tail on and I'm done. Now I got to hold on to the cold with a cold weld here. Warm this sucker out because I'm not so used to this Chinese white. Here we go. A little bit of a tail going on. And warm it out. Oops. And with that, I am done today. I love you, my dear Amber. I don't know if you heard me or not. I know you said you had to go, so I'm not sure whether you've already left or not. So let me make sure this sucker stands. Okay, that one needs a little bit longer. Just a little bit. There we go. And that's done. One albino rhino. Say that 16 times fast. Albino rhino, albino rhino, albino rhino, albino rhino, albino. Anyway, I think it looks pretty cool. You just have to take it one step at a time. It might help if I put it in view, huh? And the ears turned out really good. That punching it and pulling it gave it instead of the roundness and pointing it, it did really well. So, well, with that, let me switch back over to the other shot here. Thank you for showing up and being there tonight. I plan on doing at least one or two more before the end of the week. I've got today off and tomorrow off, so maybe between now and then. I appreciate you being out there. Thanks for being there. And again, thank you for getting me up subscription wise. Tell your friends, tell your neighbor, tell people you don't even like. Maybe they might get a kick out of it. Who knows? I'm glad. And let's do what we can, huh? Enjoy your day and carpe vitro, right? Right. Thank you.